There's one thing more than all other aspects of sales that will drive and determine your success, and that is leads. Lead volume, pipeline, deal flow, whatever you want to call it. Your ability as a salesperson to generate demand and leads for your sales process is critical, and your ability to be successful, excel at sales and grow your business. And today we're going to talk through what I believe is the best lead generation strategy for us as founders in B2B situations in 2024. Let's dive in. Hey there, Craig Hewitt here. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about my favorite lead generation strategy for your B2B business, whether that's SaaS, productized service agencies, selling physical products maybe. Hands down, there is one channel I believe dominates all others when it comes to your lead generation strategy, and that is LinkedIn. And generally, we call this social selling. Why is lead generation so important, though, you might ask? I'm sure as a salesperson or as a founder, you've had a lot of days where you're just sitting around twiddling your thumbs, wondering what's next. Hey, where are all my leads? Why is my calendar not booked up? How am I going to meet quota this month? And that's a real concern for a lot of us. Even me, right? I have a lot of content out there. I have a lot of inbound leads, but there are times when I need to supplement my inbound kind of marketing-driven efforts with sales-generated or sales team-generated demand, leads, pipeline, and opportunities. And to me, the place to go for this, if you really want to accelerate your lead volume, is LinkedIn. And specifically, the framework that I'm going to be talking about today is around the concept of social selling. Social selling being using platforms like LinkedIn, or you can adopt this a little bit for Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, maybe to an extent, is using these social platforms to identify your ideal customer personas, right? Those perfect fit customers, and go proactively and engage with them. I have a framework I call ECHO. We'll walk through the 4 steps of the ECHO framework: engage, connect, converse, and offer. So these are the 4 steps you'll take on any platform. LinkedIn is my favorite platform. And I think for a lot of B2B founders and salespeople like yourselves, LinkedIn will be the place to go in almost all scenarios. But the ECHO framework, engage, connect, converse, and make an offer, applies across the board on all social platforms. That's why social selling is so powerful. Before we dive into the 4 steps of the ECHO framework, if you're enjoying the content here on the channel, I would love if you could give a like and subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified each time there's a new video that comes out. It sends really great signals to YouTube, makes me feel really great about creating these videos and helping you become a better founder and excelling at sales. So smash the bell, subscribe, really helps a lot, and I really appreciate it. Okay, let's dive into the first step of the ECHO framework, which is engage. Here in the engage step, by far the most important is spending some time before you get to LinkedIn, identifying your ideal customer profile, right? Your ICP. We've probably heard about this before, but it's worth spending a few minutes talking about who your perfect customer is, right? So think about if you already have some customers, who are great. Who do you want to spend more time with? Who do you say, if I had 100 more just like this, I'd have an amazing business? And conversely, who do you say, well, this customer is pretty challenging. I don't think they're a great fit. We signed them on and we closed them. They're getting some value, but they're not getting the most value. They're not a great fit for me. Maybe they create a lot of support demand for your team. And just generally, they're not a perfect fit. You probably have these 2 camps in your mind. And so spend some time to put down on paper or in a Notion doc really who your ideal customer persona is. And this can be anything from psychographics to demographics to interest, fears, and desires. There's a lot of ways to slice this, but spend some time thinking about what position this person might be at. Are they C-suite? Are they manager? Are they director level? Are they in certain industries? Are they in certain kind of verticals? Like, is it L&D within an organization? Is it sales directors? Is it marketing managers? There's a lot of these kind of things, right? So you'll hone in on your ideal customer profile. We have a whole video coming out about how to determine your ideal customer profile, and it will be linked up here when that comes out. Thinking about your ideal customer profile is key to the engage part of social selling and the ECHO framework. So once you've identified who your ideal customer profile is, you want to find those people on LinkedIn. And you can do this using things like LinkedIn Sales Navigator. It's a paid tool. It's about $80 a month as of the beginning of 2024, but it lets you do a lot of really specific searching, save search parameters and queries, updates it automatically, sends you email notifications when a new match comes out. This is by far the best way to find those perfect fit ideal customers for you. And once you do, if they're posting on LinkedIn, then you go and engage with them, you like and you comment on their posts, right? And this is a way for you to get in front of them in a really genuine, authentic way. I think the key here is add value in your comments. You probably see on LinkedIn a lot of times people just giving a thumbs up or saying, this is great, I love it. That's lazy, right? And that's garbage. And that's just not what we do as sales professionals. We want to go in, engage, add value, add to the conversation, and really kind of level up their view of you, right? You want to level up their view of you to say, wow, this person really knows what they're talking about. They get me. They understand what I want and what I'm after and what my goals and fears are. Engage with your prospects and your ideal customers by commenting and liking their post on LinkedIn. Once you've done this a couple of times per lead, you want to send a connection request. And here you can go the lazy route and just send a connection request. But again, we don't do that. We're professionals. We send a customized note, right? If you have already engaged in a couple of their posts, they know you. They say, hey, Jennifer commented on a couple of my posts, and now she's sending me a connection request. Wow, that's cool. I know her, right? She's a warm connection at this point, not some random person out of the blue that's trying to sell you IT services, right? That, you've all gotten these. So the fact that you've warmed a prospect up by commenting and engaging with their content, and then send a personalized connection request. And here you want to say something like, hey, really enjoyed that post you had on remote L&D strategies for growing companies, whatever it is, right? I enjoyed your comment or your post about this topic because of this reason. And this is where there's no AI, there's no shortcut. It's just genuinely, you have to be interested in this person and their content. And then you have to show them that by in your connection request, sending them a note, telling them why you liked their content. Once they've accepted your connection request, it's time to engage. And this is where the DMs come in. And anyone who has excelled at social selling will tell you that the magic is in the DMs. Think about it as texting a friend, but you're texting a prospect. You have permission now because you've authentically gotten into this person's world. You're connected on a platform like LinkedIn, and now you can send them a DM and you can say, hey, love what you're doing over here. Would love to hear more about what you're up to. And this is where you do essentially what is in the discovery phase of a sales call in text over a chat. I think the important thing here is you don't want to move too fast, right? Think about it in the dating analogy. You never go from a first date to married right away. You want to get to know them. You want them to get to know you and see that you know what you're talking about. You can add value to their situation. You can solve their problem. But you can only do that if you really understand where they're coming from and the problems that they have and the pains and the desires and like what that perfect outcome looks like. And there's hopefully a great chance that your solution provides that dream outcome. So you only get to know this through the typical kind of customer discovery and development process that we all do in sales calls. You're just doing it in DMs on LinkedIn. Once you've done proper discovery and development, it may be time to move that lead on to the next step, which is the offer. And the offer typically is, hey, let's hop on a sales call because I think I can really solve your problem. Or if your product or service lends itself to it, make the offer right there in the DMs on LinkedIn. Say, hey, I think what I have is a great fit for you. Here's a link to a sales page that you can learn more about, right? So this can be anything from hop on a free 30-minute consultation, download a white paper and become like a lead into our regular sales process. Here's the checkout page for this thing I was just telling you about. Anything you want here. And this is where the ECHO framework can be modular and customized to your specific selling structure and process. And I encourage you to play around with this one a little bit, right? See what that next natural step might be for you and your business, the types of customers you're selling to. If you're selling like super enterprise, of course, you're not going to pitch to close a deal in LinkedIn, right, off of a few DMs. But if you're selling a one-time $1,000 product or something like that, yeah, you probably will. You just don't have the time to invest in a lengthy sales process like that. So customize this last offer step to you, the kind of value, the ACV of your clients, and just make this fit into the natural sales process. I think about social selling and the Echo framework. It really replaces a lot of what we do with like cold email, right? We have our ICP, we identify prospects, and we send them a message, right, on cold email, and we send them a couple messages. And it's the same. You're just doing that over here on LinkedIn. The benefit is you're going to get a lot higher engagement. You have the ability to scale. And then you have the ability to have ongoing conversations via the DMs with these folks afterwards. A couple of tools I really like to streamline this process are, I mentioned Sales Navigator, LinkedIn Sales Navigator. This is a native LinkedIn tool. I think it's about $80 a month. Really helps you very finely search for your exact ideal customer profile. Highly suggest if you're going to give social selling a try, definitely try it out. For you posting and creating content on LinkedIn, which I highly recommend, Taplio is the tool that I use. Taplio.com has a lot of analytics around the posts that you have and the engagement. It acts as a little mini CRM on LinkedIn to see who's been engaging with your content, so you can go and engage with those folks. And the last two are a calendar scheduling tool. Your CRM, like HubSpot, may have it built in. I use a tool called SavvyCal. It's great for just sending a special link that lets people book time on your calendar, and you can customize when you're available and things like that. So those are a few tools I use on LinkedIn to make social selling just a little more accessible, easier, and efficient for me. Hope this is helpful in giving an overview of how I approach social selling and the Echo framework for creating leads on a social platform like LinkedIn. Again, this can be replaced with X or Instagram or Facebook or pick your channel. But the important thing here is lead generation doesn't have to be from cold email, right? It can be done via social selling on a social platform. And I think for a lot of reasons that we discussed, it may even be better than email these days. If you're enjoying this, I have a free comprehensive sales training that really walks A to Z in the whole setting up of a sales process for you as a founder. I think a lot of founders get into sales or get into a situation where they know they need to sell and they don't really know what to do, right? They don't know how to categorize leads, how to set up their CRM, how to hold an effective sales meeting. And this training really walks you kind of A to Z through that whole process. It's the ultimate kind of 80-20, right? It'll answer 80% of the questions you have in about 30 minutes. If you want to check it out, go to craighewitt.me/training. Check it out. I really hope it helps. From there, you'll have the opportunity to book a free 30-minute consultation with me, answer any questions you have about your sales process, how things are going, talk about your sales script, talk about lead generation and social selling. I'd love to help out. It's my mission to help as many founders as I can to excel at sales and grow their business. Thanks so much. If you're enjoying this, please like, subscribe, smash the bell, and we'll see you next time.